Hi guys, this is how to build an advanced well in the world of Valheim. This is quite resource heavy, so make sure you have a lot of stone for this. You have somewhat a decent supply of iron, some core wood, plenty of wood, and the banners. And in this case I chose black banners. So anyway, we're going to get straight into this by building this sort of structure with the smallest stone wall. Now you can see, and each time I place this block, I arch it slightly, so I tilt it in one click, one direction, and I do the reverse on the other side only once, so it creates this kind of arc, and that makes sure that it's as spherical as possible for a well design. Obviously it's not perfect. I don't think it's actually possible to get a perfect sphere in Valheim, but it's as close as you're gonna get. So we're going to arc each one of these single stone blocks each time we place it, just like this, replicating the other side as I turn that into daytime with the commands. And as I said, we're going to replicate this from the initial side all the way around. I turn it once just so it's slightly curved, and I'll click the final one into place right there, which is straight on. And as I said, that's probably as close to a sphere as you're going to get in the world of Valheim, which is going to make the base of your well. Okay, the next part really is to get the beams in, and these are iron beams. I guess you don't really need to have iron, but I chose to do it because they look nicer. It's hard to get them perfectly aligned, so what you can do is at the base put a plank down, and at the other side try to line the iron pillar right on the end of that. That just keeps it flush, and when it's flush, obviously you can build easier and it's going to click right into place. So after I've done that, they should be directly looking at each other, adjacent to each other, and it should just click straight in, as you'll see me do. I put another few iron beams, not perfectly in the middle, but a little bit higher than the exact middle of the iron block, the iron pieces, like that, so it's a nice almost stable structure for the bucket. I then put two regular planks of the wooden beams on top of that for the roof, and I do the 26-degree roof on either side of those wooden beams, as you see me do right there, just two of them. I then frame them with more wooden beams, so these are the angled wooden beams, and I frame them on either side of this roof structure, as you can see I'm doing. I do this in all my roof builds just because it makes it look a lot more polished, and it doesn't look as frayed. So I do that like that, and I put it in the center as well after I've put these X's down like that. I always do X's. X's are great. X's make any build look great. Next, you want core wood. As I've just finished looking at Thor, you want these small 2-meter core wood poles on each corner of the well, like I've done here. Okay, now this is a trickier part. You've got to get one block of these wooden beams on either side of the wall. Now this may take a few attempts, but just try your best to get these as aligned as you possibly can. I messed up a few times, so I went back and finished it and fixed it and make sure it was actually even. But as I said, do it as best you can. It will probably never be perfect, but it's we're going to try get it as spherical as possible with the alignments of the wall. So I'm going to go on each wall edge, and I'm going to put this thin wooden beam on each side adjacent, so they're going to hopefully all fit in together just like that. Next, we're going to do the outer perimeters of this wall. It's basically the same process. I messed up the first time because I actually went a little bit too far in on one of the sides. You'll see me rectify that in a brief moment. But I go all the way around the outer perimeters of this wall, and here's the part where I mess up right there. I went a little bit too inside, too close to the actual other set of wooden beams, so I do rectify that, and I go back around, I fix that, and it's a nice almost like armrest, I suppose, for the well. If you put stools, if you put stairs, I don't know, it just keeps it a nice wooden border, and as I said about polishing builds off, it does look like it polishes the build off and makes it belong in this well, obviously timber themed Nordic universe. It's always nice to put timber around your stone structures anyway. Now you've basically finished it, and you just put the incense burner right in the middle. I don't think I get it perfectly in the middle, but it doesn't particularly matter. I'm not that fussed about it. And I put the black banners on 4 sides of the well, like you can see him doing here. And it's almost like, well, obviously you could see it as a banner, but I just see it as almost a decoration. I treat banners as curtains on this game, as you know, maybe even armrests as well, like a fancier version of an armrest. And then the last part we do is actually put the accessories. So we put things like, you know, the ale jugs, or food, or sausages, anything like that. So this is me putting the actual trophy item stands down, just so I can place various things in it. And there you have it. That's my completed build. And as you can see, I've put all sorts of decoration in there, from the pumpkins to the presents, the present blocks, and that's the other initial one I've built. And I really hope you've enjoyed this one. It took a while to make. If you want to see more builds like this, I have plenty more ideas. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.